So NXT was they were actually in Full Sail tonight instead of the usual Performance Center. So you had Tom Phillips there and Mauro Ranallo and Beth Phoenix on commentary as well. And there was no live shot of Ranallo and Phoenix, so I guess they were doing the show remotely. There's a Make-A-Wish promo on the LED screens as part of the set. The show opens up with a Group B match in the Cruiserweight tournament, so I don't care. They show in the post-match interview of Mackenzie Mitchell in the ring. She interviews Isaiah Swerve Scott. I don't care much. I like Mackenzie Mitchell. I don't care Isaiah Swerve Scott. They do a commercial break. Then you have Candice LeRae taking on Casey Catanzaro. So Casey's back with the company. I don't know if she's still with Ricochet. I don't think she is, but Johnny Gargano's with Candice LeRae. And Casey, she was released, then she came back. So LeRae dominates. She just destroys her. Not much for Casey. A dominant win for Candice. She gets a dominant win. And they're going to give her a good push. So maybe she feuds with Charlotte. You never know. But she takes it here. They do pin-sized poison is her new nickname, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of that, to be honest. They did something. I guess they were trying to give Catanzaro some offense too, but after the match ended, LeRae comes back in the ring and hits the Gargano escape onto Catanzaro to embarrass her more. They have a Damian Priest promo on Keith Lee. You have NXT titles, Matt Riddle and Timothy Thatcher. They were facing they're on for their new bro show. Don't really care. Byron Saxton played the role of Viking game show host. This is just awful. This is just horrendous. Some of the worst things you'll see. I'm just gonna wait for this to end. This was awful. So they do a video package urging people to donate to Make-A-Wish. Adam Cole cut a promo on the Velveteen Dream. So it looks like they're going to do it. Okay, so the Velveteen Dream, we have to talk about this. There's a controversy about him this past weekend. He did something that could have ended his career easily, like really absolutely destroyed him. So it looks like he's innocent of it. There's been conflicting reports, but it looks like he's going to be all right, and I'm happy to hear, because that would just been the worst thing. So Velveteen Dream's going to be all right, and they're going to do the match. So they're going to do the match then with Cole and Dream. Charlotte Flair is against Mia Yim for the NXT Women's title. Good matchup here. Flair obviously is going to win. Yim is okay. I don't think she's much of a star. They can bring her up. I think she'll just be a enhancement talent on the main roster. I don't see her as a star at all. It was okay. They had Yim get some offense in. She went for a dive at Flair, cut her off. Charlotte was working over Mia for a while. Mia fought back. Charlotte taunts Mia, which only served to fire Mia up more. She struck she struck her with the soul food. That's one of her finishers, but Charlotte cuts her off again. They trade near falls. Charlotte goes for the figure four, but Yim countered with an inside cradle for two. Eventually, Charlotte gets the figure eight, and Mia Yim taps out. She retains her title. Io Shirai comes out to confront Charlotte after the match. She screams at her in Japanese before saying to Charlotte in English, "Next week you are mine." So I guess there's a title match next week, and that's a hell of a matchup to have next week. I'm sure they're going to have an amazing matchup. I'm looking forward to that. But Charlotte did beat Mia Yim clean. Good match there. They do a hype video for Karrion Kross with Scarlett Bordeaux there as well. Almost calling him Karrion Kross. Who's Karrion Kross? I've never heard of that name. Who can that be? I don't know. I was thinking that. But Karrion Kross. Can't call him Killer Kross. He's Karrion. He's with Scarlett. Finn Balor's announced for next week's episode of Raw. They had Dexter Lumis defeat Shane Thorne. Lumis wins. Dominant match. North American champion Keith Lee cuts a promo on Damian Priest at their NXT title match later on. Lee was selling his throat. What happened last week at Priest. Drake Maverick defeats Tony Nese in from NXT Cruiserweight title match. No one cares. I can't care about this Cruiserweight title. I don't want to see it anymore. They have Mitchell and McKenzie in there. She interviews Drake Maverick, who cuts an impassioned promo on Kushida. Isn't Mackenzie Mitchell like the most blonde name ever? No, I like Mackenzie Mitchell. She's a hot chick, but it has to be like the most blonde chick. I immediately think of some hot blonde chick when I think of Mackenzie Mitchell. The name Mackenzie's blonde. I don't know. Next week, if Io Shirai, Charlotte Flair, and NXT Women's Title, that would be great. Johnny Gargano, Dominic Dijakovic, that's okay. And of course, you do have Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole for that NXT title. So yeah, you have two major matches next week. There'll probably be AEW in the ratings, I assume, with those two matches. Two major title matches. Keith Lee defeats Damian Priest. It feels like this feud's gone on for a century. Didn't really care much. Keith Lee won, so that wrapped up NXT. A lot happened here. Next week's going to be really good, but this week was just kind of a paint-by-the-numbers show, if you ask me. I thought the show was okay. I am happy what they're doing with Karrion Kross. We finally get to see him on the main roster. That's something to look forward to. Next week, we're going to have two great matches, Charlotte and Io, and Velveteen Dream challenging Adam Cole, so we'll see what happens next week. It'll be entertaining, but this week was more of just a setup week for the big show they have coming up next week.